To learn how to animate in CapCut like this video is going to show you that step by step. Let's use this video as an example. We have to drag this video and add to our timeline. As this video has been added to your timeline, now it's time for you to add what you want to animate on your video. To add that, you are going to use this particular image as an example. Click and drag it to your timeline. Make sure it's added to your timeline like I showed you from the beginning of this video in the tutorial where we talked about how to trim video in CapCut. Now I will have to increase the length of this particular image that I've just added to my video, and to do that, simply come down here, come to image layer, long press on this particular position. When your mouse changes to this, long press on it, then drag it to fit the length of your video or anyhow you want to add that. I'm going to do this to the also left hand side of this, and this has been added to match the length of my video layer. What I have to do is to come over to the screen and scale down this image. Any size I want to use, I just have to scale it down or I have to scale it up. Now it's time for us to animate this image. Please pay attention, as this is going to be a little bit difficult for you to do, but with time you are going to know how to do it perfectly. I've been mentioning playhead almost in all parts of this video. This is where the playhead is very important. Now what I have to do first, you have to select this layer. Anything you do in CapCut, you have to select the layer you want to do this thing to. So I'm going to select this image layer, which is what I'm going to animate. So now I'm going to take this playhead. So let me zoom this down so that you can see what I call the playhead. So this particular thing, this particular white stuff is called a playhead. So I'm going to take this playhead to the beginning part of this image, which is this beginning part of the video. Now I'm just going to go here. So we're going to go here. So for this, we'll be using the keyframe effect. So now we are going to use this add keyframe. It make sure it add all the keyframes that are available here, so you don't have to add them one by one. So by clicking on this add keyframe, when we click on that, you can see a keyframe has been added on our image layer. You can see this little this little box that has been added on our image layer. You can't see that perfectly, but when we continue, you are going to see that. So I'm going to add that keyframe there. So I'll move forward to this particular position, then I'll come up here again and add a keyframe. All right, so now you can see this is where you can see it perfectly. So let me just zoom this down so you can see this is called a keyframe. This thing is called a keyframe. So now we are going to go back to the first keyframe. Now we are going to go to our screen and drag this image out of the screen. So if I move my playhead, you can see if I move my playhead forward to the second keyframe, this is where I ask the image to. So if we play this, you can see, so between these two keyframes is going to move to that particular position. Now let's move forward and add different keyframes. So I'm going to move forward, then go over here and add new keyframe, just like I said. So when you add a keyframe, you can transform this image. So I just scale it down, then I'll take it to the left hand side. I'm going to move forward again on my timeline, add keyframe, I'll move it to the right hand side. I'll move forward again, I add a keyframe, I move it down. I move forward again, I add a keyframe, I'll move it to the left. I go again, I add a keyframe, I'll move it to the center of this video. Please don't worry yourself, from time you are going to get most of this. So I'm going to go here and play my video so that you can see the effect of that keyframe. So I'm going to play my video. So you can see that. So at different position where we specify using this keyframe. That is how you animate your element in CapCut. Now let me show you the full preview of this keyframe on our image. So you can see different keyframe. We have added 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 keyframe on our image layer. With time, you are going to get used to adding keyframe on your image